How are you? I got the thing. I thought you were going to bring me a buyer. What happened?
I'm trying, I'm trying. Have you had any offers or anything?
No,
Really?
but last week it was a pretty good week. I
Yeah.
had 5 people.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. That's really
And they
good.
all loved it. There was one group that they really liked it. They were like, "They're ghosts."
I know, that's what they do. Maybe people know real estate or not.
Yeah, but.
You sir.
Morning.
Good morning, good morning. I like your videos that you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
It's so good.
I've been busy.
I know.
believe me. But we'll see. Sandy, thank you
Yes.
for the insurance document. It's not working.
Still? Okay.
No, Google rejected it.
Are you serious? Okay, that's weird. I guess we can ask.
As you know what you sent me, the first one?
Yeah.
The liability one.
That's what they
pager?
wanted, right?
I think so. But that one was what?
I think it's for the KW in Georgia.
You.
Because when I looked up liability, for some reason, they put their files in our drive, and I don't know how they have access to it. It's so
What's wrong
weird.
with- Yeah.
I
what's
have
wrong
no
with that?
idea. Yeah, so I asked him, if I see him today, I'll ask him again. But he reached out to our insurance person, and those are the documents they
But
gave us.
that should be like a standard, like a, because the way I understood, it's a no-brainer. All insurance, all brokerages, they have that.
Yeah.
It's like 250K for like liability.
Mhm.
No agent has asked you for that.
No, that's the first time. Yeah. But that's what I was given. I'll ask him.
Frank knows.
Probably not. I don't know much.
Do we have like a liability insurance for us agent? You know, I'm trying to set up my Google local services.
Yes.
And that's
Yes,
one
yes,
item that is missing. And Sandy very kindly emailed me like 2 documents, 10 pages and one.
Everybody likes it, I'm like.
They said this
Okay,
is-
everybody, I just got out of the shower. What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
They know, they're gonna tell us what it is.
Yeah, you know what she sent me first, that looked like
Looked
the
like the
right
right one.
document, but it belonged to KW Georgia.
Oh,
That happens to be in our drive.
For some reason, they put their files in our drive. I don't know how they have access. I don't
that's
know.
weird.
Yeah.
That is quite strange. So,
Let me ask AJ again.
I mean, it's a formality, I guess, you know, but
You know what it means?
that's one thing that I'm missing before they approve of mine.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Hey, you need it. So we'll figure it out.
Thank you. So, would you buy it for my condo?
Not yet.
Oh, there's also really bad traffic on the 10.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, Janice reached out.
Thank you. Good to see you. I got some new cool things with Command that are coming up that I set up for you.
And how much?
So I'm going to climb on the market at 7.99, hoping to go home. But but they all want to be close to you.
Thank you, so.
Hey there, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
See you in person.
Right.
Thank you for your email.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Did you get the book?
Well, I need to order it, but
Oh,
no,
okay.
thank you so much.
All right, you can borrow mine.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Negotiable, but normally the sell. But that being said. Oh, and if the escrow doesn't close. Guaranteed. Side by side. Oh, wow. Two different. Yeah, great. Yeah.
Good to go?
Ooh, yeah. Should I ring the troops?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, guys, we're gonna get started.
Yeah, so. Don't worry about the cost out of pocket. Because-
Glenn, Joe, how you guys doing?
For every residential, and commercial property in California. It's really. Keep it paid.
All right, we have some people slowly getting in here. We have a bunch of people on Zoom. We're gonna get this party started. See if get this camera going here. All right. All right, May 8th. 2024. Everybody's slowly trickling. How are you doing? Good to see you in person. How's your week been?
Good,
Good?
yeah, thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Kevin, it's so good to have you here in person. How's life been? How's the world of NHB?
The world of NHD is, we travel in your stream, if you will. When things are good, we're doing good. When things are down, we're down. You know, so we're like a product of the real estate market. But we're always positive. We're always here to help and support. So actually for us in particular.
Yep. Welcome, everybody. The class is now on time management, and we are going to start now. All right, so May 8th, I just got back from Texas. I was in Austin, Texas for some leadership training, which was really cool. We learned about all the things that we should be doing and how we should be doing all the things we're doing even better, which was fun. So I'm going to be bringing back a lot of information for you and disseminating it as the months go on here. Did anybody do anything for Cinco de Mayo? What did you do?
I had a block party for people in Manhattan Beach. That was a client of mine.
Okay.
That I could use the house. And it went very well. I got 2 meetings, so that was great. I had 100 people show up. I had Mexican food, I had musicians and decorating. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Did you do anything for May the 4th?
Yes.
Are
I
you a
did.
Star Wars fan?
Made with the force with me.
May the 4th be with you.
But I did have to sign up at the bar. May the 4th.
There you go. There you go. Anybody else do anything for Cinco de Mayo or, yes, sir, what did you do?
I was kind of like a meeting with Southern.
Okay, and how did that go?
Oh, it went well.
That's
But I have
awesome.
to convince the other land, so.
There we go. There we go. It's always about the convincing. So, all right, let's get this party started. We have some people in the room. Like, you know what? I want to do something different. Instead of telling, I'm super positive. I'm always about positivity, but I want to take this into a different direction. Instead of tell me something good, tell me something that's not good. Tell me something that you failed at, because I am a true believer that you have to fail to be successful. And a failure is part of the success process. So if you're not failing, you're actually not succeeding. So has anybody had a failure this last week that you can talk about? Yes, sir. What do you got?
I had this other land seller too, but, and like the third try to sign the papers, she said she couldn't do it herself, but next time I gotta go with my mentor there.
There we go.
So, but it's not a failure until they say really no.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. I had one to where I was supposed to follow up with somebody, and when you're traveling out of town and you're on a plane and you're getting blown up in your text messages, sometimes things can get lost. And I waited too long to message this person back and they were not super happy. And so that actually is helping me get some other systems in place, so I don't have things fall through the cracks. I think it's really important to talk about things that are positive and things that are good. Like you have to do that. You have to be positive. But life is not always positive. Life can be not good sometimes. And it happens all the time and you can't ignore it. If you ignore the negativity, it doesn't go away. You have to embrace it. You have to realize that like whatever, like what's that thing? It's like if you're going through hell, just keep going. Like just, you gotta push through it and you gotta just keep getting up to the other side. Yes, yes, sir.
I also fell one time, a couple of years ago back, actually like 7 years ago back.
Yeah.
I had the phone, somebody gave me her phone number to see if we wanted this for house.
Yeah.
Trademark,
Yeah.
and I lost that paper with the phone number.
It happens. It happens, but you know what? One opportunity is only one opportunity. There are multiple opportunities in everything that you do. You just have to keep iterating and keep doing things more and more and more and create and realize that the volume of what you're doing is actually what's going to help you create your success. So anybody else before we move on? You can say something good if you want to, something positive. Yes, sir.
We leased the place a few months ago,
Uh-huh.
and the landlord was calling me and said that the tenant had a mishap, lost, in some sort of a scam, all his money. So they pay rent, and I need to relist it and bring it back on market. With that said, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in the 10535 North Shore corridor is back on the market.
There we go. Congratulations on that. It's awesome. Anybody else, something positive or good before we move on? Yes, ma'am.
I leased the house, and then I got a new one coming soon,
Oh,
and then another listing probably also.
great. That's awesome. Congratulations. You've been working hard, so I really appreciate that. That's good
How
job.
can you find it? It's through my sphere of people I know, and I think the first one, since they like the way I work, they want me to go to the next
Most of your business will come from your sphere. Most of it. Yes, sir.
I got actually a referral from another agent for
Yeah.
these in Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
In the Carlton Terrace area between Sinatra and that. So I went with him on a listing appointment. It's on for a lease. And the reason behind all that, why he was referring it to me, he's not doing much of the real estate, but the big part was that that owner has multiple properties and he wants to keep that relation going. That's
Yeah.
why he called me and said, Joe, let's do the lease. So in future time, we can get other properties. And then with that in mind, there's another list coming on, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath for $5,000.
There we go. Congratulations on that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Your business is in your sphere. Like he's talking about other realtors, that's part of your sphere too. Like most people just don't understand sphere. Like when they go, well, no, my sphere doesn't work. It's like, it's not that your sphere doesn't work. It's you probably don't understand how big it actually is and how you can communicate and get to it. So we do training on that all the time. Let's go on to the next slide. Yeah, yes.
I went to show a client the house 2 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
She liked it. We went to see it again. The woman, the owner was there. She said to me, by the way, I fired my real estate agent because she had problems with them. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I didn't say, oh, well, do you want to? Left it. She kept texting me throughout last week. Last night, she said, I'm leaving to go away for the month of May. When I get back, I'm back to my property.
Woo, look at that. Where is it at and how much is it gonna be?
It's on Passiona Drive. You're probably gonna list that at 7,000 a month.
Nice. Awesome, awesome. Good. There we go. Good job, good job. And so I always talk about this. So I talk about this in recruiting a lot, but it also applies to your real estate agent. So this is a relationship-based business. It's all relationships. You guys are not buying and selling anything unless it's your own personal property. But you guys are not buying, you have a buyer and you have a seller, and your job is to manage the relationships in your life. And I always say, listen, if somebody is talking to another agent or using another agent, like stay friends with them. And I always use this as an analogy. Like if I wanted to date somebody, if I wanted to date Joe, and Joe's dating this other person, I don't know how to make this PC. I don't know how to make this PC.
Right, you
So-
just left the whole room.
So anyway, so if I wanted to date somebody and that person's dating somebody else, I'm not gonna get mad and get angry because that person's dating somebody else. I'm gonna stay close to them. I'm gonna stay cordial to them. I'm gonna stay friends with them because I know this guy's gonna mess up the relationship and I wanna be right there for it, right? Joe, I've never seen you so red. Oh my gosh. Good lord. What's going on over there? You don't have to. You don't have to. You're fine. You're fine. But it's really about the relationship and it's about your spirit. I'm glad I can entertain it. All right, the quote of the day.
You should go back to Texas tomorrow and come back with great.
You're gonna get me in more trouble than I'm getting myself in. I don't need that. All right, quote of the day. The magic you're looking for is in the work you are avoiding. This is probably one of my favorite quotes. For the simple fact that anything that you're trying to accomplish, there's something that you could probably be doing more of, or in addition to get you where you need to go. And we let the comforts of life get in front of us to stop us from doing things. And I could go on for hours about this. Does this resonate with anybody in the room? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes hard work is hard work and it sucks and we avoid it because sometimes it's easy to avoid it. So, all right, let's get this party started. Happy birthday to Susie. Alper's not here. He's on the 12th. And then Teal Swan. So happy birthday to everybody. We have broker moment. Is Rich on?
I know, these are.
Oh, Rich is doing broker stuff in some other part of the state or something. In DC, not the state, in DC. So if you need Rich, that's his email address. It's super easy to get a hold of. Tammy Burnell production update. What do you got going on?
What I have going on, well, we're not gonna cover OnlyFans since that.
Whoa.
Horrible.
Yeah.
No.
If HR calls today, just tell them I am.
Oh, okay.
You can edit all of that out.
I got my eye on
Had
you
a
too.
great, meeting on, Monday, and it was about 90 days, how to make 100 grand, and a lot of that was about, SOI and, words that work and how to get into the realm of just really having those real estate conversations. And quite a few of you had came up to me and said, how do I make this work? How can I get into your schedule? And we've had quite a few of them come up and are on some daily accountability. So if you guys really want to up your game for the summer, come talk to me and we can get you on those scripts that work for you, for your clients, get you those numbers that you need to make those sales to get you to 100 grand. So that's it.
Awesome,
Can I
awesome.
say something?
Yes.
The class was really great. I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you.
So much, Tammy. I do need more men in the class, so please. I felt like I'm the only young
No,
girl.
we only had women and then we had this sign out, only girls only, we did it. And he was lovely enough to join us, so it's for men too. You included Joe.
Next time if I know all these ladies are here, I could have come. But the question is, was Frank here?
Huh? No, I was covering Frank.
That's why I didn't come.
We work well like that.
Yeah, next time the Frank is there, I will show.
You are out of control.
What's that?
Class. Do you think it's summer or?
No, I was just saying that if you really want to ramp up your summer, you guys need to know that you have about 2 weeks until real estate kind of goes on a downturn for about 2 weeks, because you've got Memorial Day and then you've got graduations. So those are times where like people are busy. It's almost kind of like the holidays during that time. But then you've got another 2 weeks and you've got 4th of July, and a lot of agents are not working. Their kids are off for the summer. People pull their houses off the market because they're good. So it's a different time, but it's an awesome time to up your game because there's half the competition, in my opinion. So what I'm saying is if you want to ramp up your game, there's opportunity there that you can get listings and sales that other agents are participating in because they're, off doing other things.
This is the time, right now,
Really?
this second, right now. This is the time to go after business. This is the time to talk to people. It actually started in April because the time used to be, the best time to buy or sell used to be like the first 2 weeks of May. It backed up a little bit to April according to the statistics, but right now, this second, if you're looking for business, if you're like, when should I work the hardest? It's right now. Right now. So, thank you, Tammy. That's awesome. Good stuff. Goalie with Westwood Escrow, is goalie on? No, goalie's on. Goalie was not feeling well yesterday. I have not touched base with her since I've been back in town, but if you need escrow, she is available. And she has been doing very well. We opened, our team opened a couple of escrows with her and we've been super happy. We have Jerry with Clearmark Title. Is Jerry on?
Hi, guys.
What are you doing?
Good morning. I think I got a little of the goalie-itis, so I'm sorry I didn't come in today.
Wow.
Hey, I wanted just to give you guys a big shout out since we weren't able to meet last time for all the awards that you racked up. Number 1 in sponsoring agents, number 2 in market center and gross recruiting agents, number 2 for market center and recruiting agents. It just shows all the effort that you guys are putting into it. The work is paying off. So congratulations to everybody. Proud of you guys. As you said, the work starts now. So I think in addition to your sphere, which we should be hitting hard, I just pulled up some data this morning and using Title Toolbox, and it shows in the last 12 months, affidavit of deaths, there's over 16,825 in LA County, and divorces 1,526 in the last 12 months in LA County. And then this morning between OC and LA Riverside, there have been 76 expired listings. So all this data is eligible on Title Toolbox. So if you need help doing a deep dive into that, and if any of those things or areas are your niche, reach out to me and we can help you get this information and help you get some contacts to reach out to these folks.
That's awesome. One of the things I tell everybody is like, first of all, does anybody in here know somebody that's going through a divorce? Yeah, so I do, and it's like some people, it's really close. What about somebody that's struggling paying their bills? Right? I totally know all that. So this is the thing. He can totally supply you with that information. But if you're gonna start, you start with your sphere of influence, because nobody's gonna call you and be like, Shoku, I'm getting a divorce. Like, that's not gonna happen. You're gonna find out after a lot of things happen and they get to that point. The way you find out sooner is you have to have conversations on the front end and get really, really, really close to that person where they feel comfortable sharing something that's uncomfortable with you. So I always say, like, if you wanna go after like NODs and divorce and like all that stuff, 100%, like I think it's a really, really, really great area. But go after your close sphere first, because that's the low hanging fruit. And then go after those other things as well, because it's about the relationship. So thank you, Jerry. If you guys need Jerry, that's his contact information. Reach out to him and he'd be more than happy to help you out.
Thanks, Frank. Thank you, guys.
Rocket Mortgage with Oscar. How are you doing? Absolutely.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? That's good. I do want to congratulate you for getting those awards.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It's an awesome recruiting machine. I actually see on a regular basis new realtors. I'm like, wow, these guys just filling them up. So thank you very much for helping us grow this office. I as a lender, I know that I have to bring value, as you have to bring value to your sellers, to your buyers. There's always a value added proposition. I want to thank those individuals that actually have referred business. We've actually have a couple of people here. Albert actually referred a Dream for All, and we got them approved, registered in the state of California. So we're waiting for that lottery. Hopefully they win. Trudy, we've heard one, and we're going to close next week. We actually close it in 14 days. So I want to thank everybody. And of course, we're here to help you. I have knowledge in loans for many years. So if you want to pick my brain, even if you don't use, no, I'm kidding. You know, you could pick my brain and I can support you and help you. Now, I am going to bring some value next week. And the value that I'm going to bring is, how many of you have your business card and you have your picture when you were 17 years old? Huh? Raise your hand. Okay, come on, we need some new.
I have a picture when I used to have brown hair.
That was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
So next week, I'm gonna have a photographer over here for headshots. So I want you to put on your best so that you could come and take pictures for free.
What day?
It's gonna be Wednesday. Okay,
Next Wednesday.
unless something changes, I will let you know. It'll be right after the meeting. And we're gonna have headshots so that you can actually have your headshot taken, put it on your business card. But there's another reason besides the business card. I'm gonna start a little training on basic social media. A lot of individuals here talk about social media, but they say they don't know how to do it. And you're not gonna get rich off of social media, but I get free business. Who wants free business? I want free business. I don't pay for no advertisement, and I get it from social media because I interact and I'm out there and I'm getting content. So I'm restarting that. We're also gonna be filming a little bit, so you guys could post a little video on your social media. Who has done that lately? Raise your hand. Who's embarrassed to do that? I'm gonna leave you with a thought. There's a gentleman, something Shu in Beverly Hills, he's an Asian individual. Shu, last name is Choo. Christopher Shu.
Oh, Christopher Show. You know Chris.
10 years ago, he went to a board and he gave a presentation about how videos is the future and how he sells most of his properties through videos. And he does some incredible videos with helicopters and stuff. I don't got that much money for that kind of prop. But I asked him, how did he do it? And he told me, just do it. I was embarrassed. I was scared. I said, I'm too fat. I'm too ugly, whatever. He said, just do it. I was the only one that started doing it. And ever since then, I haven't stopped. So videos say 1,000,000 words where a picture may say 1,000 words. So get used to it. And you might want to put yourself out there a little bit more. So hope to see you in the classes. I will let you know more about them. Okay. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Dora. Right. You know, if you need a helicopter or something like that, just get your lender to for it. Advanced group property inspections, for all of your property inspection needs, they are amazing. Make sure you check out Mary Kay and her family, they are awesome. And we have in the house today, we have Kevin Polizzi. How are you doing, Kevin?
Great to be in the house. I was gonna be in your house last meeting, but abundance of caution was issued, so we didn't have the meeting. We get a lot of love from this office, and for that, I'm very grateful. Just a couple of reminders, you can choose anybody, but from us, you could choose My NHD. Please remember you're a CRESS office, so you could choose the CRESS NHD, which gives you a $25,000 seller's protection plan. And we also have the My Check app, which gives you the flood and fire maps at your fingertips. It's free to use. And I touched on that a couple weeks back, but I see a couple new faces here today, and I'm happy to discuss it with anybody. It's something that you can put on your laptop, you can put it on your phone, and it'll give you a real-time aerial map of the APN and its proximity to where the flood or fire hazard may be. It's extremely useful. It allows you to pre-check properties before you mix up with your customers. You can even give it to your customers and let them do all the heavy lifting if you want. Again, it's free to use. You can use it as many times as you like. It's got flood and fire in there now. We're gonna add earthquake. We're gonna add other hazards as we are able to do so. And it's just a lot of fun. And I know if I was an agent, it'd be something that I would be taking advantage of. Please remember, we do the work, you get the protection. If there's anything that I could do for you, if you need me to discuss anything with your clients, happy to do it. Always a phone call, email, or text away. And great to be here today. So thank you.
Awesome, thank you, Kevin. All right, Elite Westside Coaching, Tammy filled in for me on Monday, which was awesome. Can you give me one nugget from what you did that was probably the most beneficial for that class when you did it on Monday?
Yes, I can. So the whole conversation was about having real estate conversations, and Frank is always on you guys, 25, 25, 25. I went with 10 and broke down all the numbers, but the most amazing thing and information that I gave out is that, do you know the average person talks to how many people a day? Those that you were in the meeting don't answer. What do you think that number is? How many how many just conversations in general do you have a day going about your day? What do you think that number is?
By phone or just?
Just conversations either by phone, in person. Okay,
I would say 10.
10? It's actually 27. Average 27. So Frank is just about spot on the
Is that without
25.
trying?
Yes, that's like not even talking about real estate. So here's the deal, if you are meeting with people, and it's not necessarily, it could be somebody, your cashier at the grocery store, it's just, you're having these conversations and you don't even know it. So the conversation that you need to be having, that person that you see every day would be something like, hey, you know what, I see you every day, and I don't know if you know, but I'm in the real estate sales business and I sell real estate here through the Los Angeles area. I know that you go through a lot of people, and who do you know that is interested in buying or selling a property here in the near future? That's it. They already like you. You see them every day. So if you took 27 and you did that with half the people that you're having conversations with, that's 10 a day, 50 a week, 200. Your numbers are gonna go up and you're gonna get those deals and you're gonna be able to build your pipeline. It's that simple. It's not changing any habits that you're already doing because you're already talking to those people. That was the biggest
That's
aha.
awesome. I will tell you this, we're doing great things on Westside Coaching, and I will tell you this. I believe that I've had a total of 0 people actually fail when they do what we ask them to do. If you do it, like if you do it and you're consistent, something happens. It's like magic. It's like something will happen. You just have to do something. The only time anybody ever is like, oh, I quit, this is too hard, I'm leaving the business, blah, blah, it's because they haven't done it. They haven't done the actions that actually it takes to contact people. So, awesome, thank you so much for that. So we'll be doing this on Friday at 11 o'clock. I hope to see everybody there. Now, I have a 3-step system that I literally will give to everybody in this office on how to make 6 figures in the next 12 months. So if you haven't made 6 figures, it could be your first 6 figures. If you're already making 6 figures, it could be your next 6 figures. And so the 3-step process is this. 1 is your foundation, your online presence, your mindset, and your database. Number 2 is lead gen. What do you say? Who do you say it to? And number 3 is follow up. Follow up. There is a 40+ to 65 touch program that I give you during the class that you need to implement with literally everybody you know on the planet. And if you do this, it's really, really hard not to get business. And you can do, so the 3 steps, you can do almost any of them independently without doing the other 2. But you're just gonna have kind of mediocre success or low-level success. But this is by far like the secret sauce. And so I literally give you all the things that my team does, that Tracy does, that I do. I give you everything that I do on a daily basis because the follow-up is what I do basically every day when I come in here. Whether it's with recruiting agents to bring agents to the office, whether it's the deals that Tracy and I have going on, we're constantly follow up. So this is the class, it's gonna be on May 16th, 11 to 12, in person and on Zoom. We are gonna record it, but I will tell you, you are gonna get a benefit from it if you show up. I am going to give out a $100 Amazon gift card. At the end, bring your business cards, we're gonna put business cards in there, and we're gonna do a drawing for a $100 Amazon gift card. I think this is the most valuable piece of information that you can get for your business, because the follow-up is really the secret sauce. So I hope to see everybody there. New listings. I saw some really cool things in here, so I'm excited. Chris Mansouri, 2.3 to 2.4 million. So congratulations to Chris. He's been with the office 2 weeks, just saying. So that's pretty cool. And that's a sphere of influence that he got that from. Is Chris on?
I know.
Okay. Tracy Topke, Kalamali Road in Woodland Hills, $900,000. It's a fixer, it needs work. Anybody see the movie Cocktail with Tom Cruise?
Love them.
Do you remember there's a song in that movie, Love Something? It's a very popular song. The guy that owns this house is the writer of that song. It's really cool. But this is actually a sphere of influence because it's a lead from the #1 agent in Tehachapi, who contacted us and said, hey, I have a guy, blah, blah, blah. So having real estate relationships with top agents in the area and out of the area is super valuable. So that one's already on the market. And then Tracy got a internet lead for a $49,000 piece of land in Val Verde. Told her not to take it. She took it.
Hey, you never know.
What area is that?
Val Verde.
Cat state.
So not associate Val Verde with Castaic.
Well,
So if
okay.
you're driving to Castaic, you get off on Hasley Canyon, which is 2 off ramps before you just go outside of LA County. And then if you get off on Hasley Canyon, you make a left and you drive to where you hit a dirt road. That's like Val Verde.
No, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's just like this little pocketed yuck.
Yeah, it's in between the 126 and Hasley Canyon and it's an odd place. We've sold property there before. But the last time she sold a piece of land there, she sold it in like 2 hours.
Because, it's in that pocket though.
Yeah,
That's what you need to, that's where she did it.
yeah.
So how big is that piece of land?
It is,
He did.
8,000 square feet.
Is it R1?
Huh?
Is it R1? So somebody can-
It's Val Verde. You can literally build anything you want there. So- No, but it's buildable. It's a good piece of land.
That's closer.
Yeah.
It does have access.
Yeah, so go to Google Earth, look at it, and then ask me
Is
questions.
it
Yes.
a well or?
It's not that bad.
I think it might be septic.
Electricity and everything.
Yeah, no, it's just land. All right, moving on.
Moving
Moving on.
I need a picture.
A picture of what?
Thank you.
Going back to Tracy,
Oh, the piece of land.
Frank, going back to Tracy.
The renting area.
Yes,
It's a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom.
it's a 3-bedroom with an office, 3 bath, 3 stories. And it probably, I think it needs to be
That's
gutted.
a house or?
It's a house.
It's a house, but that looks like
I
a.
know. You could totally do something with that. But yeah, it's a house. It's 3 stories. It's a very unique property.
There's view road in that is like Medina, all of them are 3 stories.
Yeah.
You enter to the first floor and then go down.
So if you guys have somebody, let me know because the showings are very, very specific because he's very particular about when we show it. So. All right, we have Patty Lopez, 94th Street in Inglewood, 1.129. Joe and Alper lease 6495. Where did you guys find that deal?
Silver
Influence. Tammy Burnell and Jason Barman. How are you doing, Tammy? How did you guys get that one?
That was, a FISBO that Joe called and I closed it, so. I mean, Joe's doing really good on the FISBOs, and I tell you, they're receptive. I took it at 6% and 6 months. The agent that had it before took it at 4.5, I think, and a 3-month listing, which is just dumb. They just needed to be educated, so don't be afraid to, he's like, well, the other agent did it, and I said, yeah, and the other agent didn't sell it, did they? So he's like, that is true. I thought so. So anyways, yeah, that's where we got that one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trudy is gonna call you on that one.
What's that?
Trudy will call you on that. She's got questions.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Awesome. All right. Closings. My second favorite subject of the day. Tracy Taki on Chaparro, 1.4. That is a sphere of influence as well. Alper and Joe on Harper for 4,800. Sphere of influence. Patty Lopez on Evergreen, 1.25. Congratulations to her. And then Ashford, 12,400. Woo!
Give you another deal.
More?
Yeah, nice.
Partying, 1.15. Congratulations. Where did you get that lead from? Referral. Okay, awesome. Kevin Hakanaka on Dodge, North Tustin, 1.45. Vanesis on Red Bark, Escondido, 850,000. Are you his mentor?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
He's been working very hard on that. It's in San Diego, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He closed one, last week and he's closing one, today. So he closed, and then he's been really at it. He's been asking questions. He really been, doing a lot of work, follow up, and he had one that the seller was financing, seller financing. So, he went through the whole.
So he had the buyer.
A lot about seller financing.
And then on this, there were some other things that he learned in that area back and forth. So I've been keeping busy and very, the good thing, one thing I love about mentees is that when they ask questions
Yeah,
and learn how to do and they learn from it. So I'm very happy, with the way.
was that a buyer?
Yeah,
Awesome.
he did 2 buyers
Nice, nice.
and he's working on a 3rd one.
Aaron is $900,000. Actually think that was I think that's his own property maybe, or that's fair for sure. We have Patty Lopez again, 810,000 in Inglewood. Vanessa Montiel, $5,400 in Reading Avenue, and then Dennis is again, San Fernando, $1,010,000. Another buyer?
Yep.
Awesome, congratulations to everybody. Got some really good things going on there. More? Good Lord. I'm excited. You guys are awesome. You guys are crushing it. Mitchell Bravo of Farmdale in Studio City, 1.8 million. Soraya on Via Alta in San Diego. You guys are going everywhere. Escondido, San Diego, Tustin. Good man. 1.72. And then Trudy Lopez, 565 in Corona. Congratulations.
Another job, and she's really working hard. I
Yeah.
tell you, I've never seen somebody working so hard.
So proud of you guys. You guys are making me look really good right now.
And Trudy has a job too.
That's what I mean. She
Yeah.
has another, she's
It's crazy.
working.
She's nurse.
Yeah, she's a nurse.
All right, let's talk about this really quick because the buyer stuff is happening. Like whether you like it or not, buyer things are happening. The buyer world is gonna change a little bit and a lot of it's changing in people's mindsets before it's actually changing in real life. And people are starting to have struggles with buyers before there's a reason to have struggle with buyers. So what I think is gonna happen is that you guys, when I say you guys, I mean the realtor community, are gonna struggle with a value proposition. So let's talk really quick before we get into these 7 moves that the buyer needs to make, that you need to make with your buyers. Let's talk about value. How do you guys perceive your value? Are you able to show your value if somebody says, you know, I want 4.5% or I want 4%, not 6? I know that Tracy had this problem with the land listing that the lady was like, no, I'm gonna do 4%. And Tracy's like, no. That was her objection handling. She was like, no. That was it.
That's the
And-
best one.
Yeah, and so I believe that you need to develop a buyer presentation to show your value. We did a class for it. I can do another one if you guys want me to, because I think some things have changed since I've done it. But we do have it recorded. I can do that again, but I want to just explain value to you because as real estate agents, we, for the most part, all do the same thing. And that becomes a problem for a lot of people because it's just like, how do you compare each other? So let me explain it to you this way. Is that water?
Yeah, well.
How much did that water cost you?
Nothing.
Nothing. So water from the little fountain back there in the back of the room is free. Put it in a bottle, put it into bites, it's $3. If you put it in a mini bar in Las Vegas, it's 15. It's the same water. And in some cases, it's worse water. So what's the difference?
Presentation, marketing, location.
It's put in a place that when you need it, you're gonna pay it. And so when somebody comes and talks to you, you have to stand out. And the number one way that I believe that you need to stand out in is when somebody asks you about the market, if somebody asks you about the property, and then when you present yourself to you, I was gonna record this. I was not. I try not to record all the extra stuff. So if somebody talks to you, it's not always about, do you want to buy or sell? Do you want to buy or sell? Do you want to buy or sell? The best way to perform and give value to people is ask them questions. We assume a lot that people know things that they don't necessarily know. For sale by owners are a perfect example. They hear all this noise on the internet about how agents are making too much money. First of all, the lawyers that sued everybody are making like 30%. It's ridiculous. We're making 6%. Like, come on. So you have to ask somebody a question. Like, they're like, well, the realtor that did it before charged 4%. I'd be like, no, they didn't, because they didn't close the deal. They made nothing. Like, what's it worth to you? So I believe you have to become better at explaining your value. And you do that by starting by knowing everything that's going on in the real estate market. You guys heard that the NAR lawsuit, the thing that happened and the judgment for July is not July anymore? Everybody heard that?
I heard it's August, right?
Yeah. Who did not know that? That's what I'm talking about. I mean, like 4 people in here who probably should have raised their hands and didn't. But it says like, things happen and information gets disseminated at all times. It's our job to know what's happening. So you have to tap into resources to make sure you're constantly getting information because things are changing. And you need to have that value. So I believe that now that the buyer situation is changing, you have to do contracts and you're gonna have to negotiate with your commission a little bit. There's gonna be more opportunity here. Buyers are liars happened because we would run out and show a buyer a property with no contract, with nothing tying them to us. And so they did what children would do. Like, I'm gonna work with and talk to as many people as I possibly can to get the best deal for myself, because most people, unfortunately, they only care about themselves, right? That's a hard truth in life. Most people only care about themselves. So they're gonna go out and they're going to use you to the best of their ability to get what you want, what they want. Now, there's a contract that's gonna have to be involved. So you're gonna have to present it a little bit differently. So now, once you get somebody into a contract and you have a buyer contract signed, that's gonna be almost as good as having a listing signed. Would you tend to agree?
Yes.
So now you have somebody, now they can't lie to you because they have a contract, they're tied to you. And now you're gonna basically go out and you're gonna be able, especially, you're gonna really be able to negotiate if the buyer's completely willing to pay you your fee and the seller doesn't have to worry about it. That's probably gonna be the most powerful position that you can find. But let's talk about 7 moves buyers agents need to make right now. So when you're showing buyers, don't overdo it on the filters. Like when someone says, I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property, Sherman Oaks, Tudor style, like when they give you all of these details, don't throw in everything that they ask for. And remember, they don't always know what they want. They're guessing. And they're like, well, I saw this and I think this might be good. Make your search a little more broad to give them more options. I have had, has anybody that sold property in here ever sold something to somebody that they said they would never look at or didn't want? Happens, happens. Because you just never know. Sometimes like, oh, wow, that's amazing. And it just happens. So a lot of folks make the mistake and most agents fall into the some trap of filtering things too much and then they miss out on opportunities. Number 2, expand the search radius. When I call an online lead and somebody fills out a form on my website for a house in Northridge, I call them back and this is what I say. I go, hey, Glenn, this is Frank from the home search site. I say, this is Frank. They don't care about my last name. I say the home search site because they're probably on 25 different sites and they have no clue they were on my site. Right? So I go, hi, Glenn, this is Frank from the home search site. I noticed you were looking at some properties at Northridge. And I just wanted to see, are you tied to Northridge? Is Northridge the city that you want? Or if I found what you're looking for outside in one of the surrounding cities, would you be open to looking at that?
Yeah, I would.
There you go. And that is true with most people. And so you have to expand the search radius for somebody who's like, I only want Northridge. Well, there's a lot of different reasons somebody would want Northridge. And if you know the city, you know that parts of Northridge, the schools are really good. Other parts are not. And so asking them why they want a certain area and so on, and asking questions to getting down to the root of it, and then grow your search from out there. Number 3, focus on location and floor plan more than move-in readiness. Most people don't want to fix up a property. But if it meets every criteria that they have and it is a perfect property and they have to pull a few dollars out of their pocket or save to fix something up, they will absolutely 100% do that. Number 4, be the agent who is actively searching for and sending properties. Proactively send homes, even if you've got it up on an MLS or a property drip campaign. Because that signals, hey, this person is looking for me and they're keeping an eye on things. I am a big advocate of not letting your client call the other agent or talk to the other agent. I will scold you in my office, wrap your knuckles with a little ruler. Joey, can I say that? I don't know if I can say that. Actively, I'll beat my agents. No. Your job there is to serve the client. So the least amount of work that your client is doing is better for you because you are actually getting paid. And with this new thing, with the buyer willing to pay you, I cannot tell you how many times like an agent calls, hey, I'm calling about the property on Willoughby. And we always ask, are you working with an agent? Oh, yeah, I'm working with, okay, you need to have your agent call me. Like, we just cut it off, we're done. Like, don't, what, I mean, and like, if my client is, I'm like, why are you calling the other agent? What are you doing? If you have to ask that question, there's some communication that's being missed. So be the agent that does extra work for your client. And if you don't want to, then cut them loose. Go find somebody else that you're willing to work with.
Yeah, can I take it back on that?
Absolutely.
Frank? So with that being said, you want to make sure that you are not putting your buyers or your sellers on an automatic search. I know automation's great, but that eliminates a phone call for you to make. So if you got buyers that say, oh, I'm gonna, purchase a property within the next 3 to 6 months, and you just put them on an automatic where they're getting the listing, you're out of the loop. And if you don't have a buyer contract, then that's going to be even more of an issue, but it gives you an idea of, or at least an excuse to go ahead and pick up the phone. And the same thing, and I mentioned this in my class, when you have a seller, a potential seller, or you're calling your SOI, you want to put all of those in the search for like a mile radius. So when a listing or a pending or a sale pops up in their neighborhood, once again, you have another reason to call that person in your center of influence and say, hey, didn't know if you knew, but that house actually ended up closing $100,000, multiple offers closed in 45 days. Then you can roll into your conversation. So I'm not I am all about automation,
Yeah.
but not on that.
And when you don't communicate with your client enough, where do you think they're going to look for properties? Zillow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say somewhere else, but that's Zillow. Like, that's where they're going. And the problem is that if they see something that they just completely are amazed with, and they fill out any form, you have another agent talking to that person. So you just have to be careful. Over communication is the key to success with buyer's agents. Number 5, target high days on market properties. My funniest joke is that like you get a property that's been on the market for like 90 days to 100 days. And like the second you submit an offer, there's like 4 offers on it at the same time. It's the silliest thing ever. But I mean, besides Joe and Shoku and some of the people that have been doing this for a while, does anybody even remember when there was a house on the market for more than 3 months?
Yeah.
I remember that. Now it's like 2 weeks, there's something wrong. It's super weird. You remember that, don't you, Joe? I remember when short sales were happening, I had properties on the market for 6 months. I wouldn't sign anything lower than a year contract. I'm like, because your bank's dumb and it's gonna take a while to negotiate. It has to be a year. When's the last time I got a year contract signed? That's crazy.
Never. What about, and I don't know why it reminded me, but when somebody had a listing and they said 1.3 to 1.4.
Yeah.
But there was a time that when we were listing.
Range pricing. Yep.
Pricing. Which is crazy.
Awful.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Whoever invented that was like, so you'd be looking for a buyer and it said they would accept between 800 and 900. There was no list price.
That's true.
The range.
I would get expired listings that way because I'd use range pricing as a selling point. But anyway,
Yeah.
when you target high days on property, and the thing is when you target the properties that are on the market for a long time, the best thing to do is call the agent and go, what's going on? Like, make friends with that agent and find out what's happening, because it could be a whole bunch of different reasons on why a property's not selling. In this market, the number one thing is usually the agent. Is usually the seller. The seller's usually the problem. Not usually the property. All properties will sell. But normally the seller doesn't want to adjust the price, which is an agent problem, because that means the agent doesn't know how to have that conversation. But like our property that we just got in Woodland Hills, like we're already having a struggle with showing times. So we're creating like these micro showings to where we're like, everybody's showing up at 1 o'clock because we have an hour. And there's a whole reason behind that if you guys want to talk to me afterward, but you have to just be careful of the homes that are on the market for a really long time. Yeah, when I say more on the market a long time, I mean more than 2 weeks, depending on where you are, that may not seem high. Number 6, leverage your buyers. This is so first of all, everybody here has a buyer. We all know that. Who does not have a buyer? Raise your hand. We all have buyers, right? Yeah, so it's very easy to find a buyer. Circle down those neighborhoods, create listing opportunities for your business. Use the I have a buyer script. It's going to give you more credibility with your client. Go door knocking the neighborhood to create listing opportunities. If somebody's looking for a property in Sherman Oaks and they're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,300 square feet, and there's nothing on the market, go start picking up the phone. I would say door knock before cold call. My script for all of you guys is to stop calling people you don't know, and you guys know why. Because of the lawsuits that have been happening with the TCPA compliant and do not call list. There's a lot of people out there that are getting lawsuit happy, and I am allergic to lawsuits, and I would hope that all of you guys are. So if you're like, I want a cold call, okay, I mean, you can, to me, it's a little crazy out there right now, and I would rather you call everybody you know, and if you have a property that you are looking for in a neighborhood, go start door knocking that neighborhood and start getting face to face with people.
Okay, on the subject of
Yeah.
door knocking, White, I didn't mean to keep
No,
interrupting
go
you,
for
but Joe had approached me and we are going to be putting together, Joe and I, a door knocking little mini class seminar for you guys. A lot of people have approached us, how do we door knock? What do we drop off? Do we do little door hangers? Do we do brochures? What do we say? How prepared? Joe, what else?
It's little things, how to do the approach, how to, and then what your expectation and how often do you do it. So we're gonna go into detail. So we are hoping to do it next week someday.
Oh, we're doing it next week? Okay.
No, I don't
Yeah,
know.
okay. I was supposed to talk to you about that, but I forgot. But I just did talk to him just now. That's what
There
we're
you
gonna do.
Very good. All right, last
We'll get
one.
that information out to you.
Last one, number 7, leverage your network. In my opinion, your network, when it comes to other real estate agents, is probably the most underutilized part of your business because other agents have people moving to other parts of the city. When someone moves, where are they going? If you're not helping them and they're going to another city or another state, like somebody's got to help them. Tracy and I get leads from other agents all the time. And the best way to do that is to go to any city, any place, and get with the top agent and just say, hey, I work in Los Angeles. If you ever have anybody, I would love for you to use me as a referral source, and I would love to do the same thing with you. And you just start having conversations. So if you're taking time to call your sphere of influence, take the time to call other agents because you just never know. On the back end of command, there is a part of command that shows who is coming to Los Angeles. Where is like the #1 city that is coming to Los Angeles from wherever, like Texas and Tennessee and so on and so forth. Now, I mean, with our current political climate, a lot of people are leaving more than they're coming. But my point is that we have that data, we have that information, and you having, if you're not talking to the people you know, talk to the other agents that are around you that are mega agents. Agents in San Diego, agents in Las Vegas, agents in Arizona, but pick top agents because those are the people that have the high value and the high number of transactions. They're going to be able to work with you. Does that make sense? Questions, thoughts? So this is the thing. If you guys want to find a buyer, you go to your entire network and you go through and you call everybody and you say a very simple script. You say, hi, I was just calling you because I'm looking for investors and people that want to find good deals in real estate because I come across good deals all the time and they don't always hit the market. If I were to find something that was below market, that somebody wanted to sell at a deal because there's a divorce or an NOD situation or something and they need to move the property fast and it was an amazing deal, would you be interested in me bringing that to you? Would you like to take a look at it? I would say 60% of the people that you know are probably going to say, no, I'm good. But then you have the other 30 to 40% that are going to be like, yeah, I totally be interested in that. You only need one to say, I have a buyer, and you do. No matter what the property is, because at the end of the day, if you have a buyer, you have to get that person to see the property before they make a decision whether they want it or not. But you call your database and you find out, it does two things. It helps you actually find people that would be interested in finding a deal. Because I have a fixer in Woodland Hills for 900,000 and something closed around the corner for 1.3. So there's a flip right there for you. But you find somebody that's interested in a property, and then two, you subliminally give your value to your entire database. It shows that you have deals that you're working, and it shows value to everybody that you're talking to, that you're in the business and you're not just hanging out and doing nothing because you're not posting on social media because you haven't taken Tammy's class yet. Does that make sense? Does that sound good?
Yep.
What do you guys think? Is that helpful? You guys are so quiet.
Yes.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, needs and wants. Let's wrap this up. Needs and wants. What do we have? You want to go over your things again? Your needs, Joe?
I have one need, well, not one of my needs. Still, a few weeks ago, we announced that we are looking for an agent on our lease. We have 4 units in East Hollywood. That it's not even in our area. We have so many other leases that we don't have time. So we are looking for somebody that can serve that area and they can represent the tenants. If anybody wants to do that area, we show you the building. There are 4 units in that building, and it's not like every day you have to go out. You can schedule yourselves to be out maybe once or twice a week to do the showings. But if there's anybody that wants to work, and then the leads that we give you, if they don't like that property, you might be able to lease something else. So if you're interested, please contact either me or Al.
Awesome. I like that.
The other listings that it was not up here, well, we have it was not on this slide, it's the 10-pack 3.5, as I discussed. It's a really nice unit, view of the pool. It has, it's 10-5 3.5. It has 2 tennis courts, it has the pool, it has all the amenities there. It's a great building. Yeah, so if you have a client looking for a rental, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, updated unit, please come and,
Do you know what the HOA is?
it's a rental.
Rental.
Yeah, he still wants to know what the HOA is.
Oh, it's not.
Yes, ma'am.
First unit condo on Federal, tenants occupied right now, going to bring it on the market, probably mid-June after the tenants are out, but if there are any one of the other investors who want to buy it with tenants, they're great.
What are they paying?
2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,075 square feet. HOA dues are $630. They're paying $37.50, but they're willing to go higher because they really love the unit.
That one for veteran?
2-bedroom, 2-bath.
One for veteran, what's the address?
It's 1441 Federal.
Federal.
Do they want to buy it?
Ohio, South of Rocher. 8-unit building.
Do the tenants want to buy it?
The tenants there are 2 friends, so they don't want to.
They don't love it that much.
Price?
So I'm going to bring it on the market for $7.99. Hoping to go higher.
Yep.
Some of these sellers,
You raise your hand? What do you got?
Somebody.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys.
Because for you, the south of Santa Monica was sold for $9.50.
Oh, wow.
All right, so what do we have here?
So that somebody in the people area near the Jewish synagogue needs the apartment more than, well, 1,800, taxes.
Okay, all right, all right. What else? Anybody else?
So,
Yeah.
in July, I'm gonna bring in unit for lease.
Okay,
To write the one down, haven't priced it.
Can't
yet. In July, I'm gonna bring a lease, 2-bedroom and a den
Okay,
in the Westwood area. Haven't priced it yet because, you know, we
Yeah.
can see what the market is. But it's gonna come in July.
okay, awesome. Yeah, sir.
Well, probably like at the end of the month,
Okay,
we're in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
I have 2 lots in south of Glendale. By the big cemetery, there's a big cemetery.
Yeah.
South. One of them is, the lot size is 6,100, and the other lot, 2 different owners from both lots, side by side. The other one is, almost 4,000.
What area is that?
Glendale. That should sell, actually. Glendale's very, very, people want that area.
What prices are we talking about? Roughly.
Property, 200, and the other one,
What's the zone, what's the
R1.
R1?
Yeah.
R1 1.5 or R1?
I gotta see them in the city. They're both-
Right, should say on the zoning, on the title,
Yeah, that doesn't, it doesn't,
just say R1,
yeah.
not 1.5.
All right, anybody else? Going once? Going twice? All right, guys, thank you. Wow.
What are agents for selling a property in Reseda or, no, Encino? What's the name of the street, my God, White something?
White Oak?
White Oak, no, not White Oak,
Or one close.
no.
What's the question?
The question, I needed to know who it was and now I forgot. Hold on a second, I'll look it up. Because I know.
Everybody, we're waiting for Sandra.
Sorry, I apologize. I'll tell you.
All right, we're gonna wrap up the meeting while Sandra's looking for this.
While Sandra's doing that,
No, it's White
if
something.
anyone
What is it?
is looking for a penthouse
It's a
apartment
condo.
or condo,
And it was
on
market?
No, it was for sale.
So you
Pelham,
can find it in another.
That's
yeah,
you,
Westwood,
Never mind.
you're gonna listen to-
Sorry, guys, for wasting your time.
Uh-huh.
For sale.
You're just sitting.
All right. Yes, sir.
I forgot to put that, the house around in that area, they're selling it around, 1.2 to 1.8.
Sounds good, sounds good. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a fantastic day.
Sorry, Newcastle.
Yeah, that.